All right, it is December 15th, and yes, it means we're coming up on the end of the year and has me reflecting more on some of my favorites of the year. Last week, kind of touching on some of my favorite music and albums using the Bandcamp page there. And this week I figured let's reflect on some of the favorite movies that I saw this year, right? I can sit in a theater with this stupid fucking chronic fatigue and be moderately okay. And, of course, laying down, because sometimes just even playing a video game or even working with some of these videos drains me. So sometimes it's just all I can do is watch movies. So I've watched a bit. And then, let's just get right into it, though. So let's start, there's some awesome ones that I've seen in theaters that are still not, well, they just recently were in theaters. And for one, that one was just fucking fun. I had a blast. Kamala Khan, they're just, I think, seals the show. And it's just a fun joy. And it's an hour and a half. Man, I don't know if I'm alone, but having a bite-sized movie is so wonderful when everything's 2 to 2.5 hours. Excuse me. And then, just saw The Boy and the Heron, Hayao Miyazaki's latest, out of nowhere, surprised everyone in Japan, and fucking, it is amazing, it is weird, and fantastical, I think, is that a word? It's really good, and highly recommend. And so, definitely when we start there with some of the stuff I most recently saw. Of course, one that I saw earlier in this year, it came out in the US this year, and it has yet to come out physically, but also a really good one from the director of Your Name and a couple others that are really good. I think Wuthering the View. So, if you like anime, definitely recommend. And then there's some really just dumb, fun movies that I saw, like Renfield and Good Burger 2. I'm pointing at the wrong ones, right? Yeah. Anyways. But yeah, they're just a blast. Renfield, surprising me. Good Burger 2 is Good Burger. Is you're a dude, I'm a dude, we're all dudes, right? It's not less than Jake's version, though, which was in the first movie. But it is still, it is in a movie, and it's on Paramount Plus, so if you're looking for a good way to watch. And then, of course, some just ones that were really fun. Like, for one, Blue Beetle, I enjoyed it. It was a good, version of the comic book, and it paid homage to the original, it was a Ted Kord Blue Beetle, and maybe more. It's now streaming on Max. Give me money for advertising. No. But really happy with it, as it was treated the modern Blue Beetle character and paid its respect to the old Blue Beetle character really well, and just very enjoyable. And then this one I borrowed from a friend, and the last couple, I guess it can't be surprising, but it's another really good Mission Impossible, even though it's part 1, which kind of, upset me a little bit, because, especially because it's 2.5 hours, and they're like, we still got more, so hold your horses. But it did a really good job, and really enjoyed it. So, gotta throw those ones out there. And of course, if we're gonna talk about my favorites, of course, the closest to my heart favorites are the ones that, I physically picked up. One that I am, we could put this on. There we go. One that, because it is a part 1 of 2, I am hoping and debating whether I pick up now or wait until the second one is out, because as some movies in the past have shown me, sometimes sequels screw it up. Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't know what it is. Anyways, so we're holding out on that, but it was fucking good. Into the Spider-Verse, or Across the Spider-Verse, sorry. And then, of course, the adaptation of one of my favorite video games of all time. And after the first, 89, 91 movie, this is so much better of a just loving homage. I'm just keep using that word. Loving tribute to all the video games, borrowing from so many, 3 decades, 4 decades? Oh, yeah, about 4 decades of Mario. And it was just really good, from the music to the kind of bland plot that the video games usually lend to also. So, but it was really, really good. And of course, this is one of my favorites this year. It is really, really good. It's more entertaining than I expected it to be, and it does really good commentary. Greta Gerwig has done some really good things. Lady Bird being one that is just phenomenal too. If you haven't watched it before watching Barbie, or looking for something to watch after Barbie, Lady Bird, really good. And of course, I am a huge fan of Wes Anderson. Oh, we're getting a little green screen issue. But yeah, fucking, yeah. And this was just a delight. It's not his best, but it's still really good. And of course, I had to go grab it. And then we're going to try not to knock over this pile here, because I got one more. And this one, I think, is the favorite of the year for me, at least. And that is the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which also green screen. But, I mean, they're green, right? But yeah, this is fucking amazing. Between the art style from co-writers, creators of Mitchell vs. Machines, which is another favorite of mine. And then also just the origin story and the way they told it, and about it's touched on discrimination and coming. It is way better than I expected it to be, and it always makes me smile every time I've watched it so far. So the Turtles are definitely, I think, my favorite movie of this year. Of course, there's always television stuff. You know, I don't know what else I should talk about, but we got some really cool stuff that was here. But that was just, you know, it's jumping around. Man, there we go. That one was just a fucking farewell, but that show was so fucking good. Reservation Dogs. They renewed Fiona and Cake, and that was just a show I needed while I've been dealing with my shit, with my health stuff. Poker Face, if you haven't watched. Yeah. And Blue Eye Samurai also just got renewed. Oh, I didn't even put Good Omens. I mean, I said we could discuss this at another time, right? So, yeah. We got shows you want to hear about, because this is probably our last busy week and busy weekend of shows as the holidays kind of slow things down a little bit for us. So, let me tell you about those, and let's go. Yes, welcome to another episode of Every Show Joe Says Go, where I still recommend masking, especially because it's flu season, but also COVID's still out there, and it makes spaces more inclusive for our immunocompromised friends, and, you know, they like to watch music. It's crazy, I know. But also it helps with our touring band friends who, you know, they get, especially the economics of music industry these days. If anyone gets sick, they have to end up postponing, sometimes canceling, and let them hopefully just try to stay as healthy as they can for as long as they can on the road, and hopefully do their whole tours. So it helps there. Also, of course, I like to ask, wherever you're watching it, be sure to like it. And if you're watching on YouTube, or if you're not watching on YouTube, give it a like. And also, if you haven't hit subscribe, hit that, because as those numbers go up, they give me access to stuff like the fabled ad revenue that I say every week, because it's fun, I think, to look at it on this and shit. And anyways, we're not gonna break my pronunciation or stuff. But yeah, omniscient. I think. Regardless, continuing. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, and it's youtube.com/everyshowjoe. You can even find where this is too, or you're watching on Facebook, you're watching on Twitter, you're watching this on, Twitter, Threads. We can call it Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram. Yeah, love you guys. But yeah, so yeah, you can always support by doing that, and also by going to patreon.com/everyshowjoe, patreon.com/everyshowjoe. Even $1 a month helps me out, $5 a month. It's like tipping, like both are like tipping, really. But it helps me out also with costs when I am able to make it out to shows. Helps me out with gas, ticket costs, that kind of stuff. Also, you know, think of it like a soda or beer at a mid-sized venue, because we know how our Footprint Center and others are, man, expensive, right? When you go to Green Day and Rancid at Chase Field, you'll see. Yeah, so you can always support patreon.com/everyshowjoe, and thank you everyone that does over there. Also, of course, the other thing you can do for free is go to everyshowjoe.com and check out some of the stuff I've taken pictures of over the years on the website with a proper camera. I know, crazy. Yeah, but see, also just words I put to them, because some of those bands I'm taking pictures because I fucking love them and want to tell you about them, and you can see why I love them. So yeah, everyshowjoe.com. Plus, shameless plug, I think we got a little bit of time till, you know, we can get it to you before Christmas, potentially. But yeah, you can also pick up an Every Show Joe shirt. There's a store link, and pick up one of those. I'll ship it to you. How's that? Also, thank you to Val Doors, Jesse, Val, for the camera you see me recording on every week. Just fucking amazing singer too. Go check out the old Cartoon Lion stuff and hear his voice. It's amazing. I think we're just keep using that word. And he's just awesome. And thank you. And then also underneath this episode, that music you're hearing this week is that one that I've been touting, I think 2 weeks in a row through various things. But it's MattstaGraham. Still hearing about it because holy crap, that album was so good from 2022. So hopefully it's loud enough that you can hear it and low enough that you can still understand what I'm saying. We'll see how I do on levels after this, right? But yeah, and then of course every week, of course, fuck racism, fuck sexism, fuck homophobia, fuck transphobia, fuck bullshit. People trying to fearmonger and take away basic human rights to cover and mask and scapegoat other issues. And some of these are systematic issues, I know, and we need to work to fix them and change them. And there are groups like Code Air in Action that are helping. We do that, of course, Black Lives Matter, Stop AAPI Hate, National Center for Transgender Equality, and a few others. And you can go check them out over. I have it all set up at everyshowjoe.com under Get Involved or /Get Involved. You can go there and find all these links to see Rain 1 in 10, FirstNation.org, Silent Projects in there, Pop Rock Saves Lives. Yep. And they can use your support too because they just had the engine blow, I think, a week ago on their van, their second engine, I think, that they just had. So they can use the support there. And of course, there's a link there for Abortion Fund of Arizona because we need to. That just needs to be a resource there. Support choice in what people do with their reproductive systems, right? So yeah. And of course, Arizona being Arizona, we still have some backwards state laws in effect, or put into effect, or back into effect. It was a territorial law. That's how old and archaic our politicians are in this state. Anyways, so yeah, so there's some awesome stuff. Everyshowjoe.com /get involved. Find all those links. And then, of course, the simple best thing you want to do is, if you're watching this, is support your favorite musicians, your favorite bands. And yeah, simplest, the whole rigmarole. I had it, and then I changed it up randomly. But you want to go support them. And the best, simplest, easy way is, of course, go buy the merch, buy the shirts, buy the hoodies, buy the word that always escapes me that I try to do for these winter episodes. Because it is like 45 at night, or 6:47. It's now cold for Phoenix, so. Scarves, that's the word, I think. I want to say neckerchief for some reason. We can do Ascot, we can go Scooby-Doo on this. Fred Jones. Regardless, we're going on tangents. Go support, go buy their merch. They have merch stores on their band camps. If they have direct merch stores on their websites, that's the best way. We'll get some a little bit more. And even just stop at the merch booths at the shows and buy the merch. Buy your favorite shirts, go buy your favorite vinyl. There's singles, because I just want to say the word again. And yeah, so there's some fucking good ways to support. NEVA, the National Independent Venue Association, also a really good one to go support. And they're there with an emergency fund for your independent venues and helping lobby and represent them in this government system we have right now. But yeah, and then of course, the most fun way, the most enjoyable way, the way I fucking miss is going out to a show to watch your favorite bands and musicians. So let's get right into tonight, Friday the 15th, all times are Mountain Standard Time and Arizona time, because we don't do daylight savings here, but no one is on daylight savings right now, right? So yeah, let's get right into it. Then we got Belfry Bats with the Black Jackets and the Res Tones up here from Tucson. Chopper John's 9 p.m. We got Fayuka home for the holiday show with Chris Bowen vibes. Yucca Tap and that one at 7:30 p.m. We got Sydney Sprague with Wheelwright. Harrison Fjord at the Rebel Lounge, 8 p.m. Sydney back from her tour, right? And that's a fucking good bill. And then For the Win Fridays, like I discussed last week, I also knew that acronym for Fuck the World, or at least I misread it. Either way, it makes some posts even funnier, right? But For the Win Fridays, video game kickback featuring Mega Man at the Thunderbird Lounge, 9 p.m. We got Friends Knock with Insomniacs. Live delivery at the Trunk Space, where they ask kindly that you do mask inside there at the Trunk Space. 7:30 p.m. start. We got Festivus at the Rialto Theater down in Tucson with Zenora, Soakfoot, ZC Keeley. Actually, unfortunately, I believe ZC Keeley had to drop off due to illness, unfortunately. But Sophia Rankin in the sound. Tonight's Sunshine and more at the Rialto Theater down there. 7 p.m. start. There's also the new Dysphoria holiday party with Annie Jump Cannon and Practically People at Club Congress down in Tucson, 7 p.m. We got the Phoenix Afrobeat Orchestra, POW, from, here, with Earth Surface People, at the Club Congress Plaza, 7 p.m. So a pair of shows there. And of course, I mentioned it last week, and I found out a time. And you can watch it on demand. So if you missed it, you can always go and pay for it and watch. The Bouncing Souls live from the Fillmore in Philadelphia, streaming over on Veeps.com. 7:40 start for that. Plus, Scott Klopstein's always streaming over on his Twitch from Real Big Fish Once Upon a Time, and I think wrote some of those awesome songs right now. Plus, the Littlest Man Band, where he's still writing some of those awesome songs that you may not know, but you can go find out now. Twitch.tv/Scott Klopfenstein, 10 p.m. You go check that out. And then Saturday rolling around, and like I said, this is probably our last big Saturday, as we got two big holidays. Well, actually, yeah, because New Year's is on a Sunday this year. How about that? New Year's Eve is. Rephrase it. I'm going to confuse the crap out of you, and I'll confuse the crap out of you. Meanwhile, continuing, we got Saturday the 16th, and POW, Phoenix Afrobeat Orchestra's up here in their hometown, playing with Decker, playing with the return of fucking Harper and the Moss. Holy crap, fuck yes, I missed that band. One of my fucking favorites to see live, one of the most charismatic bands to watch live, and I'll just keep, reaping praise over Harper and the Moss and never continue into the rest of this list. But also playing with them is Earth Surface People at Crescent Ballroom, 7 p.m. I don't know if I just got watery-eyed. I miss seeing Harper and Moss. And congrats, Harper, on getting married too. Also, we got still a lot more. We got a lot more for this Saturday. We got Christmas Comes Early with Vicky Vicious and the Stains, Boobox, Punk Daddy, and the Fast 86ers at Taproom 120, 7 p.m. That one's in Gilbert, I believe, for you guys in the Far East Valley, Southeast Valley. There's one for you, 7 p.m., Taproom 120. And then another fucking favorite, Simple Malfunction. They're playing with Dog Yard, Vipera, and Love Child of Melancholy at the Trunk Space, where again, they do ask kindly the mask inside there. 7:30 p.m. for that one. Then we've got the 5th. This is just fun to say. The 5th annual Tracing Faces Christmas Music Concert Show Spectacular. Boom! I didn't trip over it. With Tracing Faces, Significant Others, The Strings, Vicendec at the Nile Underground. Proceeds on that one to benefit the Foster Alliance. 6 p.m. start for that. We also got a matinee at Ground Zero with Bounce House, with Debocalypse, Roof Rats, Natural Infestation, Desert Underground, and more at Ground Zero Studios. This one, a matinee, so 3 p.m. start for you. And there's another one at Bounce House, one of our newer ska bands here in Phoenix too. That fucking I'm on that list. On that list, I tell you about every week. That I'm like, once I'm healthy, we're going out and watching Bounce House. But you can do that now and not have to worry about how you're feeling. Well, you probably should say that. You probably don't have the normal fatigue that I get from shit. 3 p.m. though, once again. And then we got Bodies for Christmas, an undead sideshow with music from Critical Miss and El Diablo at Pub Rock Live, 9 p.m. Some burlesque and some music, and there might even be comedians, or I don't know, don't quote me on that, but go watch Pub Rock Live, 9 p.m. We got Killing Sunday with Old Knives, Medafra, and Izzy Edible at the Yucca Tap, 8 p.m. We got Yuletide Fear Holiday Punk and Metal Show with Glitter Vomit. So, get an umbrella so you don't go home with... No, there's no way to avoid glitter coming back with you. Sorry, it gets in everything. So, nothing you can do. Just enjoy. We got Lost Dutchman, Fumar, Secrets of the Lost Empire at the Palo Verde Lounge, 5:30 p.m. That one also listed as an early one. Or the event. No, you'll find out. One that I saw at M3F that was actually really cool, with the same name as the state, Arizona, with Fly By Midnight, the Van Buren, 7:30 p.m. And then looking at their schedule, it seems like Van Buren kind of is like, we're good for the year. And yeah, like I said, things are quiet after this. We also got down in Tucson, Happy Birthday Lenny Mentals. It's Punk It's Not Dead Yet 2, as they're calling it. Lenny Mental's birthday bash with the Besmirchers, his own band there. Thing, God Patrol, PS9, Manslaughter, and Umera at 191 Tool down in Tucson, which I apparently forgot to put down a time here. And so we're going to guesstimate probably around 7 p.m. I should have. Well, you'll see it in the text if you check everyshow.com where I post this, and the pin post on Facebook. And I think that's where the text I put. Also, if you're hanging out at home and looking for something, got a thankful mess, as they're calling it, 2023 stream with an awful mess to benefit the World Central Kitchen at twitch.tv/an awful mess, starting at 2 p.m. You can go tune in and watch and support and help them raise money for that. Then Sunday, you can just relax and I guess watch football if you're into football, and if you're not into football, then you can go watch something else, like The Boy and Heron, or A Boy and Heron. Anyways. You saw the posting. But yes, regardless, we got Buy Me Bambi doing their stream over on their Twitch, 3 p.m., twitch.tv/Buy Me Bambi. A band that I hope to finally see one of these days either come to Phoenix or once I can fucking drive safely for more than half an hour. Anyways, moving on. We're not going to stick in the muck of reflecting on where things could be better. Monday, though, we got Narcan with Fauna, Miserable Ghost at the Trunk Space again. Trunk Space actually at least asks the mask inside there. 7:30 p.m. And then over at the Rhythm Room we got Bobcat with Pat Roberts and the Haymakers and the Tin Can Screamers at the Rhythm Room, 7 p.m. Tuesday rolling around, and we've got Glare with the 7-7s, Animal Shit, and Dreamcast at the Throw Lounge, 7:30 p.m. This is one that I went and looked up and I already just bought their EV. It's a shoegaze band called Glare, and they were fucking rad, so I just I threw it on the list after checking out their music. And then otherwise, we got some streams you can go catch. Always Tuesdays, got Chris Murray doing his Blue Beat live stream over on his Facebook, 6 p.m. Got Buy Me Bambi doing that morning shift at 8 a.m. Scott Clofstein's got you covered at 10 p.m. Yeah, it's a little later for us here in Arizona. I know, crazy. Well, at least until daylight savings happens for them again, and then it gets rid of it. Regardless, moving on. Wednesday, we got Durango with Hotel Pink, Jetlag, and merch at the Rebel Lounge, 7 p.m. And then, of course, Scott Klopstein's then streaming in the morning at 10 a.m. our time here. Thursday, just Scott streaming 10 a.m. again. He does that pair of streams in the morning. And then a lighter Friday. But when I say lighter, there is some awesome stuff that is just jam-packed into just a couple of venues. Holy crap. Let's just start top. At least what I put at the top here. We got 20-foot Christmas Spectacular with 20-foot Neon Jesus, because why wouldn't you celebrate the birth of Jesus, supposedly, with 20-foot Neon Jesus. We also got the Joeys, fuck yes, Tio, and Holiday Tree Burners, as it seems to say. That's great name for a band. Plus comedy from Dana Wisson, Matt Micheletti, and Negative Steve, and it says Krampus under as far as I can tell, Krampus is doing comedy at the Fall Cow for part of this show. So you got some awesome stuff, some awesome food too. 6:30 p.m. You go check that out. And then over Yucca, we got Manic Monkeys back in action with the Lonesome Wilderness, with Jaffe's Ascent, with Metropolis Man, and Exploding Oranges. Fuck yes, Yucca Tap, 8 p.m. I mean, yeah, like I said, there's a bunch that are just in specific menus that are just loaded. And speaking of loaded, you got Barefoot with MattstaGraham. We're just gonna keep touting MattstaGraham because that album, his music is fucking great. And Danielle Dirac, speaking of awesome music, they're at the Rebel Lounge, 7:30 p.m. Hell yes. Got Blam with Gallus Pole. I think that computer resolutions aren't they fun? Generic Sex. Fape, which is fuck all you people, and Rudy and the Pudding Pops at the Trunk Space. They ask him inside there at the Trunk Space, of course, 7:30 p.m. And then that tribute band. I know. I'm not a big fan of cover bands, but I'm gonna throw it out there. So at least know one of them in there, and I know some of you guys enjoy watching some people cover some music. So Green 182 over at Roosters Country, 8:30 p.m. Scott Klopstein, twitch.tv/Scott Klopstein, 10 p.m. of course. And yeah, there's some awesome stuff as we get closer and closer to, Christmas. Crazy, right? And happy Hanukkah, everyone that does celebrate that. But I guess that's it. These are all the shows that I at least recommend. There's at least one artist or more on them that I think are awesome, that you're going to have fun, go and check out. That's pretty much how it's chosen. It's my preference. But you can't go wrong with any of these. You should be happy catching some of this music. And if not, there's another option on most of these I see. You can show jump like I usually do when I'm healthy. So, but I guess that's all I got. That's it. So yeah, go have some fun, watch some awesome and amazing local bands, some awesome and amazing touring bands, and musicians, because they're not all bands, but they're all just awesome. There you go. Perfect. But until next week, enjoy these live shows. Enjoy some of those movie suggestions if you haven't watched them yet. And yeah, I guess that's it. So take care.